Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio. So today, well, it's the first day of the Pokemon World Championships. And ladies and gentlemen, there have been announcements. Make sure you are glued to this channel over the next 3 days. I'm going to show you everything you need to know about everything that is announced. But our starting point today is, well, a new type of Pokemon GX, but we haven't been shown a huge amount about it. Let's see what we do know. Now, in the video, they gave us a little bit of a tease. They showed us GXs like, I think Lunala was one of the ones that was shown. And then they showed us tag team GXs, like, for instance, Pikachu and Zekrom. And then they showed us these. So clearly, ladies and gentlemen, this is the evolution. This is the next step. And they literally went that explicit with it because, well, they teased a bunch in the video, but one of the things they showed us was this logo saying the Pokemon trading card game continues to evolve. And you will notice that there is a big focus there on the V. Gee whiz, ladies and gentlemen. Gee whiz. And then, of course, they showed us this really cool looking logo, which clearly this is, the V logo. So what do we know? Well, the good news is we know that there are going to be two Pokemon that have GX V cards. And we were shown the very top of Zacian, and we were shown the very top of Zamazenta. And you can see that there is that little V in the top left-hand corner of the card, which denotes it as a GXV. Now, this is very reminiscent of Worlds 2 years ago, back in 2016, when they showed us Solgaleo and Lunala GX, but they didn't show us all the information. For instance, back then, the fact that they were going to be Stage 2 Pokemon was entirely unknown. That wasn't actually shown off till later. They hid a bunch of the information. Now, the sad thing is they've shown us less about GXVs, or VGXs, this time round, than they showed us last time with the GXs. Honestly, they've not actually told us what they are, unfortunately. I believe they're called Pokemon V, because the YouTube video that went up says the Pokemon trading card game continues to evolve with Pokemon V. So we know we're getting Zacian, we know we're getting Zamazenta. We were also shown the artwork for both Zacian and Zamazenta, and honestly, that's not particularly special. The art is fine, I like the artwork, but they're close-up profiles of Zacian and Zamazenta in pretty much the same poses as we've already seen. They're cool, I like them, I will be rushing out to get these cards at the earliest possible opportunity, but let's not pretend that this is anything particularly new. We've seen pretty much this artwork before. Okay, Zacian's got the sword facing the other way from the official artwork, but that really is it. But we were shown a little bit of a tease about the text of each of them. So if we start off having a little bit of a look at Zacian V, we can see a lot of it is hidden. No weakness, no resistance, no retreat. Now, it might well be that this Pokemon has no weakness, no resistance, no retreat cost. I would find that highly unusual. This looks like it has been omitted. Remember, what we had was teaser images. I'm not showing you the best quality images here. And it's not because I hate you. It's because I have taken, as far as I could, the best possible screenshots of the video that we were shown. So when we've got weakness, resistance, and retreat blocked out, I don't believe that means they're all zero. I believe that means we're not being told yet, you can wait. Now, one of the things which we do know for certain here, when your Pokemon V is knocked out, your opponent takes 2 prize cards. That is the same rule that we had with Pokemon GXs, but not the same rule we've got with Tag Team GXs. And this, for me, represents one of the weirdest things about Pokemon Z. Where do they fit in terms of power level? Because Pokemon GXs came out and they're good. You know, some of the popular ones, we saw ones like Zoroark and Blacephalon that are, and I don't think anyone's going to argue against me here, phenomenal Pokemon. But they give up 2 prizes, so it's fair. Then Tag Team GXs come along, like Pikachu and Zekrom, like Reshiram and Charizard, the 2 cards that really have been dominating the format in the run-up to Worlds. Remember, we are in a slightly different format. I say slightly different. We've had a rotation and a new set legal. We're in a very different format. And those cards are so good that they've given up free prizes. But there was a logical thread running through all of this. These GXs, they're amazing. Mate, they're too good. Better add another prize when they get KO'd. Hey, Tag Team GXs, mate. They're even better again. You better add a 3rd prize. Well, these V Pokemon, people are going, mate, you need to add a 2nd prize, but it's alright, don't bother adding a 3rd. So does this mean that they are going to be, in terms of power level, between GXs and Tag Team GXs, which means then that we're going to be taking a step backwards in terms of power level? And the answer is we have some information, but not all information. And actually, before we look at all the attacks, let's get it out the way. 330 HP. They showed a teaser image at the end of the video, what I can only refer to as a void or a vortex, with a blank card but with a V there, so we know it's a V Pokemon. With Pikachu and Zekrom, remember they are a tag team pair. Looking at a card, the only information for which we have is 330 HP. Now, if we put that into a little bit of context, ladies and gentlemen, the highest Pokemon we have at the moment were actually tied between Magikarp and Wailord, and Zapdos, Moltres, and Articuno, with 300 HP. Now remember, they give up 3 prizes each. This is an extra 30 HP on top of that, and they only give up 2 prizes. So if these are not going to be redonkulously overpowered, we have to have something which brings them down in power level. If they've got gigantic HP and they only give up 2 prizes rather than 3, they have got to have worse attacks and abilities than Tag Team GXs. Because if they don't, how do they have more HP and give up 1 fewer prize? That literally doesn't make sense. Now, we don't have a huge amount of information, but we've got a sneak peek of the text for both Zacian and for Zamazenta. So if we start off having a little bit of a look at Zacian here, we see that it's got an attack called Brave Blade that does 230 damage, and this Pokemon cannot attack during your next turn. Well, to be fair, 230 HP is the same as Reshiram and Charizard, and Reshiram and Charizard also can't attack next turn. And we're assuming both Zacian and Zamazenta have 330 HP. I think that's a fair assumption. We don't know that for a fact, but it was heavily, heavily implied. So hang on a second. We're giving up 2 prizes, we've got more HP, and we're doing the same amount of damage. Now, Reshiram and Zekrom does it for 4 energy. So is this going to be even more than 4 energy? I don't really know, ladies and gentlemen. Now, as for the ability, we really did not get a good look at this. Once during your turn, it does let you, I believe, search your deck or put something on top of your deck. But I think you're searching your deck for a tool and attaching it. I assume a specific type of tool. I'm assuming there is a special tool that you search your deck for and attach it to Zacian. And then it says, you find there to this Pokemon, to your hand. If you use this ability, your turn ends. So there's something about searching your deck, attaching to your Pokemon, but it's an ability that ends your turn. Now, as an attacker, Zacian looks phenomenal. Like, over-the-top phenomenal. You're doing as much damage as Reshiram and Charizard with more HP, giving up 1 fewer prize. Okay, Reshiram and Charizard's got Welder. Maybe it'll be more difficult to get the energy on. But I want to know what this ability does. I know that it ends your turn. And if we finish off by having a little bit of a look at Zamazenta, we see an attack that does 130 damage called Assault Tackle. Discard a special energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. This is not a particularly stunning attack. if I'm honest with you. I mean, this is pretty much the same attack as Incineroar GX. Now, to be fair, Incineroar GX is a stage 2, but it also attaches energy to itself and can use triple acceleration energy, so... In fact, it is exactly the same as Incineroar GX. It's all right, it's fine, but it's not a stunning attack. Again, the attack cost has been covered. It is not a free attack. And it seems to be a much more straightforward ability. It looks like you prevent all effects of attacks from your opponent's Pokemon VMAX. Hang on a second. What is that? Yeah. You see, the video refers to Pokemon V, and in the title, and all the way through the video, we've got that V popping up, but nowhere in the video does it actually say VMAX. So are all Pokemon V VMAX Pokemon? Are there V and VMAX? Is it just the VMAX that is 330 HP? We have literally no idea. The only hint in the entire video of Pokemon VMAX is this. And I think we can all agree that is not exactly the clearest, most obvious thing we've ever seen in a video. But it certainly looks like it to me. Incidentally, whatever they are, Zamazenta, totally immune to them. Cool. So that's left us with more questions and answers. We know we're getting Zacian and Zamazenta. We know a bit of what they do. We know they give up 2 prizes, which does potentially make them a bit OP in terms of, comparing them to tag team GXs. We know something's got 330 HP, and we've got a hint at VMAX. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Tell me in the comment section. Give me your theories. Tell me what you think about what we've seen. Go nuts. Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at @TheWasi, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that, head on over to patreon.com/PTCGRadio, where you can do exactly that. And please do make sure you're checking out youtube.com/WasiPlays, where we talk about a whole bunch of games that don't even have any Pokemon in. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.